Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is your instructor Joy. Thank you very much for your continued support. I really appreciate for your nice comments, sending me donations, booking lessons with me, and then also being quite active in the Facebook group. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. So this video will be an answer to a subscriber. A subscriber was wondering about the bow grip at the tip of the bow. Very good question. So now I'm going to just play simple open string starting from frog all the way the tip, and then I want you to watch my bow grip carefully. So it starts like this. As you can see, the bow grip does not stay same. I started something like this near the frog, but as I get towards the tip, my hand rotated a tiny bit towards the index finger, and then I shifted the weight or the more focus on the bow more closer to the index finger, and I took my weight completely off the pinky. So therefore the hand becomes a little like this. This is bow grip near the tip, and this would be bow grip near the frog. Again, so now from the frog, yeah, let's see if I can do from the side, from the frog to the tip. Yeah. So why do we have to adjust the bow grip? Why can't we keep it one way from frog to the tip? The reason being is the bow does not stay same. We're moving heavier part from the frog to the lighter bow. So and then also the contact point changes. So our arm gets slightly, or our hand gets further away from the contact points. If we don't adjust our bow grip, this is what happens. That's right. So that's when we get unwanted bouncing bow, which is, unless you want that happen as an effect, which sometimes happens, but most of the time we don't want that. So now, before I show you how to do it precisely, let's understand the function of each finger so that we know how to adjust it. I can give you general guidance of bow grip at the tip or any part of the bow, but one has to understand why we have to do it a specific way with which finger, so that you can come up with your own bow grip that works even better for your type of hand, right? Okay, now index finger, at the tip especially, anywhere but especially at the tip, make sure you wrap it really well. So I wrap it almost in the middle part of the joint of the finger so that I can really wrap it like that. Yeah. Often the common mistake, some players just touch the bow at the tip of the index finger, and that's not enough. The reason being is the index finger is a kind of the driver, so it changes its direction. So sometimes we want to keep the bow really closer to the bridge, or sometimes really closer to the fingerboard, depending what type of dynamics you're playing. So that's when the index finger does it. So index finger is our driver. So index finger pushes bow away from us or closer. Do you see that? So this is the function, one of the function of index finger. In order to do that, you have to have a really good grip. If you're just holding it near the tip, it's going to be harder because you're just touching very little part of the bow. So make sure you go all the way to the middle part. You don't have to go all the way to the knuckle, just in the middle, like that. So you have good grip. A little like hook. You see that? Good. So two middle finger and ring finger, you want to go deeply in, because those two middle fingers are the one, if you want to put put weight in order to produce a big sound, like kind of heavy bow, that's when these two middle fingers kind of puts weight on it. Yeah. So again, make sure you wrap it really well in the middle joint of the finger, like that. Now, pinky is the one often a lot of people have hard time, because it's a little guy, and then often a lot of us keep the pinky very straight and stiff way. Make sure your pinky is nice and curved, like that. The reason being is the function of pinky is basically to balance the bow. So, if I have bow like that without pinky, it would fall. But the pinky is the one that kind of make it stay horizontal or the other way around. So that's the function of pinky. You see? So now you can do the same thing with a straight stiffened finger, but soon you will realize it's a little clumsy. If you keep your finger curved, pinky curved, you can adjust the speed of how fast you want to have the bow adjust to horizontal and many different degrees. I will get into a little more details in different videos. So that's the function of it. Now, because pinky is mainly to balance the bow or make it more horizontal or the other way around, at the tip of the bow, we don't need pinky at all because the bow holds on its own without help of pinky. So you often see like violins like it's a Perman or Jascha Heifetz, they lift up the pinky completely when they're at the tip of the bow. You don't have to lift up completely, but which means when we are at the tip of the bow, make sure you don't overly you don't put too much weight on the pinky, just keep it very light. So you don't, in my opinion, it's still better to keep it at the bow stick, so that when you go up, because we will need near the front, then you can take over with a pinky, right? The thumb is one of the most important finger that often gets neglected because you want to keep the thumb curved and being able to move curved and flat flexibly, because that's the one that adjusts, well, that makes beautiful sound basically and makes smooth bow changes and also difficult bow stroke like spiccato, staccato, and so on. Yeah. So now, which means at the tip of the bow, our index finger takes most of the weight of the bow, and our hand gets a little rotated towards index finger, like that. And the pinky has almost no weight, so you should feel like a feather light, like that. And still the thumb stays, curved. Can you see it? Like that. So that would be the bow grip at the tip. Yeah. So I hope this gave you an answer that you're looking for. Also, I find it great that just watching great players, how they hold their bow can be a great help. I personally like Henry Sherry. He has a beautiful tone. Pinchas Zuckerman has a very nice big sound as well. It's a Perman has a beautiful tone. He has an amazing bow control, but he has his own way of holding his bow, and you can see he often lifts up his pinky quite a bit at the tip. Jascha Heifetz is another violinist who also found his own unique way of holding the bow, which is quite a bit towards the index finger and very little weight or contact with a pinky. So you don't have to take it as somebody else's bow grip as is, but just take the idea and then experiment a little, see whether it works or not. Can I keep the bow in the same weight? Am I going to be able to adjust the bow the way I like it, and so on. Yeah. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching and hope to see you again. Bye.